Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Reaching Riches here. So today, I'm gonna try to give you guys my estimate for YBTC. YBTC, just a quick rundown, is RoundHill's Bitcoin cover call strategy ETF. So basically, they hold IBIT, which is BlackRock's spot Bitcoin ETF. So they synthetically own IBIT, which means they have a buy, call, sell, put at the same strike and same expiration. Um, really, they do it to, well, I believe they do it to get more bang for the buck. So it's a lot cheaper to synthetically own it than it is to actually buy the actual underlying. So I think that's why they do it. There might be some other reasons, but anyway, so they hold it synthetically, and then they sell calls against that synthetic position, and that's how they generate their income. All right, um, so this estimate is going to be based off of the trade week of what is it? Uh, the 13th. Sorry, the 13th through the 17th. Um, so 13th through 17th is their trade week, and they are declaring on the 22nd, and they're gonna pay out on the 24th. All right, so 22nd is gonna be a Wednesday, but we are likely to see it on aftermarket close on the 21st, which is a Tuesday. All right, so just keep in mind this is still work in progress. I try to bring over as many elements as I could from my estimate spreadsheet for QDTE, XDTE, and RDTE, just so I don't have to reinvent the wheel. But we'll see how this goes. If it works, I'll keep it. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to reinvent the wheel and just redo this whole sheet. But I'm gonna see if I can make this work for now. All right, so let's just do. So this is a short call data. This is how I'm trying to figure out how much they're actually paying us. So here we see Monday the 13th. They had 17,273 shares at an average price of 46 cents per share. This market value was 785,000, almost 786. So this is how much we got initially. So this is Monday. So this is how much we got. Come Tuesday, shares increased by 890 shares. So I have to factor that in. So 890 shares times 22 shares, or sorry, 890 shares times 22 cents would give us 19,580, and then shares increased again to 18,608. So that was an increase of 445 shares. So if we do the math, 445 shares times 38 cents now, because the underlying price is moving. So that would bring us to 16,910. So that's how much we should have collected in premium for sending these additional shares. And then no share increases Thursday and Friday. Ignore this line here. This should be 0, but it only populates because there's no value in these in these rows below. So ignore this one. So our thing that we're looking at is here. So 822,000 is what we collected in premium. So that's the short calls. I think it's this one. This is synthetics. This one, I might have to talk to ROD, or retire on dividends, to see how he calculates his synthetics. I'm not very familiar with trying to calculate these. I know what they are. I have an idea how they actually work, but the math side, I'm not perfect on this one. So, I kind of try to do similar thing here. So, this is the shares that they had. average price that they filled at. Some of these headers were just placeholders, but net, if you were to net this day, you get this day here, this day here. So these are calls and these are puts. So buy call sell put. So we paid 30 cents for this, and we collected $4.40 for this. So net we get $4.10. So same thing here. We paid 14 cents per share, and we collected $4.90 per share. So these are the net of both of them. Here's the share changes, just like we saw on the other sheet. And then this is a new value. So what this is saying is 800 shares gained. And then I kind of did the math here. So this one is taking the 14 cents times the share change times 100. This is taking the $4.90 times the share change times 100. So this is the new values for the share changes, which means, so if we were to get a new net right here, so this was our initial, this is what we collected, because we sold to put more than what the calls were worth, so that means we collected a credit here. So this was our initial, this was a share increase of the 890. So on, what is this, the 14th, we collected another 436, and then here on the 15th we collected another, sorry, these should probably be moved down one, collected another 149,000. So with that being said, hopefully I didn't lose all you guys. Let's just bring it all back into the summary here. So as you can see right here, right off the bat, here is the date when they opened it, expired, amount of contract 16,608, average price for the sell calls or the short calls 45 cents, collected at 822 as I showed you guys earlier, and it opened on the 10th at 53.84, which was that was out of the money for a short call, but on the 17th that was now in the money by about $2.62. So we did have to close that for a loss of 4.8 million. Not good. Yeah, just not good there. But it closed above our strike, so not much we can do there. From what I've seen from the past when I tracked this YBTC back in July, June-ish, maybe that time frame, mid last year, I tried to track this as best I could, and from what I noticed, that once they pick a strike, they're sticking with this strike all the way up until expiration, and they're doing these weekly, so they're picking the same strike regardless of what the price is at the time. So if this is out of the money, or sorry, if this is in the money by $2, they're gonna keep adding to this strike up until close, and if it's still in the money, then we're gonna take that loss. So that's just what I've noticed from tracking it way back when, and we'll see how that plays out in the future when I track this more. All right, so synthetic here, 18,608. This one was actually a win, so we had a strike of 58, and with the synthetic, we want the closing price to be above the strike price. So this is a win right here. I don't have some of these metrics in because I feel like the dividend estimate was wild if I put in the what we collected for the synthetics, but we'll see. We'll see what you guys think. So since this is starting fresh, short call win percentage 0% since we lost there. Synthetic win, we won here, so that's good. So 100% so far since tracking. Average out of the money for actually I don't even know if this is, well, we were let me see which ones is okay. So we were 5.87% out the money at the open, and then we ended up in the money by close. So yeah, out of the money was 5.87%. All right, so we are looking at a 39-cent dividend based off of this 822,000 collected. The numbers get insane once I put in um, the synthetic. Let's see if I still I don't have it here yet. Let me grab it first. It gets insane. That's why I took it out, because I didn't believe it. Because it jumps to like $4, and I really don't think we're gonna get paid out $4. That just seems insane for a week, for a month maybe. That would be okay if Bitcoin had some crazy run. I mean, we've seen like maybe a $4 once when YBTC first came out. I mean, you can check that here. I know they had a crazy dividend when they first came out. Yeah, $4 on like March last year. So this was the only time they had some wild dividend. I don't think they're gonna have a wild dividend on a weekly. It just doesn't make any sense. So that's why I didn't include it. I think it'd probably be closer to this right here, 39 cents. I'll try to figure out more information. Probably talk to return on dividends. Figure out the better math on their synthetics. Where is it? Here, it's the synthetics, because need to figure out how they're calculating this. But I think the short call data is accurate, or pretty accurate for a first estimate. So I'm throwing it out there as 39 cents for this estimate. All right, let's look into the charts here. The charts were actually pretty surprising when I pulled it up. So you got YBTC, IBITs are underlying. We have YBIT, which is yield max, BITO, which is pro shares, BTCI, which is Neos, and then Maxi, which is Simplify. And this was actually really interesting. So if we look at this, we are actually bottom of the barrel right now. Hate to say that about RoundHill, but the numbers are the numbers, right? So YBTC sitting at the very bottom of the barrel, 7.91%. Then it goes yield max, and this is total return too, so just keep that in mind. Yield max YBIT, 8.65%, and then BTCI at 10.95, then BITO 11.90, IBIT, which is the underlying, at 12.38, and then Maxi was wild, 18.11. How? I don't understand. I don't really understand Maxi too much. I just know it's Bitcoin related, and I think people were gonna ask me to add it in there anyway, so that's why I threw it in. But I think their fees are also really high. Like, I think last I heard it was like 10% or some crazy number like that. But yeah, Maxi's in at 18.11% top right there, and then RoundHill's YBTC at the very bottom. That's a little surprising, especially surprising that we're getting beat by YieldMax. I thought they would be capped out more. But we'll see how RoundHill versus their competition plays out for the rest of the year. All right, so let's do a quick recap here. 39-cent dividend is what we can be looking at, or some crazy I don't have it copied anymore, but or a crazy $4 dividend if we get synthetic money. I think if anything, they're probably gonna hold the synthetic money for like to pay out later in the year. Probably when there's low dividends, they're probably gonna supplement those low dividends with whatever money they get from synthetics. But we'll see. Is it gonna be 39 cents or is it gonna be $4? Probably I'm leaning toward 39. $4 sounds too crazy. All right, so that's all I had for you guys. Catch y'all in the next one.